Season 1 of Medsplaining is brought to you by Estée Lauder. With 40 years of night repair expertise and 30 years of collagen research, Estée Lauder are the experts in nighttime skincare. Before we get into today's topic, make sure to subscribe to the Medsplaining podcast on your favorite podcast platform to never miss an episode. I'm Dr. Jennifer Zelevitsky. Welcome to Medsplaining. I'm really excited about this special bonus episode. If you've been listening to the podcast this season, you're probably well aware that our title sponsor is Estée Lauder. We're so lucky to have them on board. And on a personal level, I love Estée Lauder's products, so I'm thrilled that we have an episode all about skincare with Estée Lauder's Field Executive Training Manager, Janice James. If you're listening to this episode, you may want to watch it, especially at the end, because Janice is going to show us how to properly apply our skincare products, so it's like a mini masterclass you'll want to watch. But first, let's talk about two of Estée Lauder's products that I love. Advanced Night Repair Serum, combined with the new revitalizing Supreme Night Power Bounce Cream, is your nighttime skincare solution. This powerful duo delivers deep renewal and enhances elasticity and bounce. Experience the power of night science. And there's more. Until December 15th, 2024, Medsplaining listeners get 15% off their entire order when they shop online at esteelauder.ca. Enter offer code Dr. Z15 to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's offer code DRZ15 when you shop online at esteelauder.ca. Today's episode is all about the largest organ in our body, the skin, and we're lucky to bring you this very special bonus episode featuring Janice James. Janice is the Field Executive Training Manager for Estée Lauder Canada, and she brings a wealth of experience with respect to caring for our skin across the lifespan. There's so much information and confusion out there, especially on social media, about the best way to approach skincare. So we'll break it all down and provide some clarity for you today. But first, say hello to refreshed, recharged skin with Estée Lauder's new Advanced Night Repair Overnight Treatment. Clinically proven to make your skin feel like it got 2 nights of sleep in one, this treatment locks in moisture, smooth texture, and boosts visible energy. Welcome, Janice, to Medsplaining. We're so excited about this bonus episode. And before we dive in to all the things we're going to talk about, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in this role with Estée Lauder?
Well, I'm super excited to be here, Jennifer. First of all, I am in my 50s, so I can definitely relate to my skin changing as well as my body changing.
Yes.
So very relatable there.
Me too.
Yes, absolutely. I have actually been a trainer for Estée Lauder for over 20 years. So I have the very prestigious, great job of traveling all over Canada and educating beauty advisors. So chances are if you've gone to a counter or store to buy something, they have been taught somewhat by me. And one of the things that I love about my job is interacting with customers and just sort of understanding, their point of view, what they're interested in, what they're concerned with, and so on.
Amazing. I actually recently visited the Estée Lauder counter at Bloomingdale's in Soho.
Oh, nice.
And I have to report back. They were very well educated, very helpful. I had a great time just kind of asking them a little bit about all the different products. So
glad to hear
that's
that.
Fantastic. I'm sure you had a hand in that then. You obviously have met a lot of different women, different ages, different stages of life. What would you say is the most common question that you receive when it comes to taking better care of our skin?
I think there's really 2 things that stand out to me. First of all, it's always about anti-aging. Even people that don't really need anti-aging are concerned with anti-aging,
yes,
whether it's preventing or whether it's correcting, and it could be as simple as my skin just doesn't look like it used to. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's gray, it's dull, it's ash, or maybe I'm starting to see those first signs of aging. And then around the eye area post-COVID, I definitely noticed that customers are looking for products to target darkness as well as hydration and even fine lines around the eye area.
So a follow-up question, is it ever too early to start?
I don't think it's
Preventing
too
aging?
early to start. I absolutely don't. I actually started my sort of love affair with cosmetics when I was 16 years old. I went to the Clinique counter with a magazine and I said, I want this eye cream. And I was 16 and I've been hooked ever
Listen,
since.
by today's standards, judging by TikTok, I think you were, by that would have been late to the game
That's so
now. There's
true.
9-year-olds out there
That's
that
so
are
true.
buying products. Okay, so it's now the winter. How would you adapt your skincare routine?
So great question. So I feel like the routine of products that you use would be the same. So you would either use, if you want a simple routine, it depends on how much time and, how much investment you want to make in your skin. So if you want a simple routine, it could be as simple as cleanse, tone, moisturizer. If you have more advanced skincare concerns, it could be cleanse, tone, treatment, lotion, serum, moisturizer, face and eye. The routine is basically the same. The products would change for winter though. Most of us feel more dry in the winter. It's the heat in the house, the heat in the car, the wind from the environment dries the skin out. So, it's typical to switch from a lotion to a cream, as well as maybe a night cream that's working with your cell renewal rate while you're sleeping at night to replenish that lost moisture.
Great. And SPF.
And SPF.
Do we change maybe the number of our SPF going?
Honestly,
or do you think it's...
I'm a huge believer in SPF and I always have been. And I feel like the higher the better.
Okay.
You absolutely cannot overprotect your skin and you should protect your skin in the winter. Some might say the sun is more dangerous in the winter because you can't see it and you can't feel it.
True.
So you don't know how it's affecting you.
That's true, actually. And I remember learning in medical school, whatever the number is on the bottle, you're probably getting about 30 to 50% of that number. So you do want to go high. You do want to go higher. Is there a proper order to apply your skincare products in the morning?
Starting with cleanser, then going into toner, then moisturizer for that simple routine. And then a more complex routine would be the cleanser, the toner, the treatment lotion, whatever serum, and then moisturizer for face and eye. Some people say, what's the difference between a serum and a moisturizer? Think of a serum as a booster treatment for your skin. It's boosting a function in the skin that isn't happening properly anymore.
Okay.
And then you need the moisturizer for hydration. And then moisturizers typically have anti-aging benefits based on whatever your skincare wish is.
And do you have to wait a certain amount of time between applications?
No, not really. If you do, you've probably used a little too much.
Okay, thank you. So that's the morning routine. Now, what's the proper way to apply the layers in the evening?
I would definitely add in a night cream for sure if you're not using one to supplement that dryness that happens in the winter. And, maybe even revving up your serum a little bit, a serum that's really hydrating, switching your moisturizer to a moisturizer that has more oil, more botanicals in it for the hydration for the dry skin, and even your cleanser too. Some people use like a gel in the summer when your skin feels a little more comfortable or oily, and then they switch to a cream or a milky lotion in the winter to sort of supplement that dryness that you feel in the winter.
If someone is, say, working out and showering in the middle of the day, should they skip that routine after their midday shower and just do it twice a day? Like, what would you recommend for people that...
That's a great question.
I don't know, just curious. Can you overdo it? Or do you think every time you wash your skin, you should be reapplying your products?
Okay, so I think for the working out, the question is, are you wearing makeup when you work out? Because that is a thing. Some people do wear makeup.
Well, I don't. Maybe I'm sure there are people that do.
If that's the case, then I would definitely remove all that and start fresh again. But yeah, definitely after working out, I would definitely cleanse again, put your skincare routine back on again, because when you work out, you're sweating, you're losing a lot of the moisture in your skin. Sometimes if you're a little bit on the oily side, you're overproducing the oil in the skin. So, starting fresh is definitely a good solution for that.
Amazing. What if you have a situation you don't have a lot of time? So you talked about your routine really depends on how much time you have. What if you're pressed for time or you work shift work or something? If you had to sacrifice or choose one, morning routine or nighttime routine, what do you think is the most important?
Okay, that's a loaded question for me because I literally think both are important.
Yeah.
I really understand that in the daytime, your skin is in protection mode. So your skin is doing everything it can to protect you from the sun, the environment, the free radicals, the oxidation. So using a proper skincare routine that's rooted in SPF is a really, really good thing to do for healthy functioning skin during the day. But then at night, when you go to bed at night, your skin is in repair, recovery mode. So getting your skin in peak condition for that to happen, especially as we get older, because it's harder to do that naturally as we get older. And that involves like a really good cleanser and then a really great serum, working with your cell renewal rate to help you repair, recover, restore, renew, and then sealing all that in with a moisturizer based on whatever your aging concerns are.
So what I take from that, based on that and what you said before, is better to scale back the steps, but maintain your morning and evening routine than to say, I'm only going to do this in the morning or I'm only going to do this at night.
Yeah, well said.
I mean, look, I remember as a teenager, one of the very first lessons my mother taught me was wash your face twice a day. Don't sleep in your makeup.
Yeah.
So I think that gets drilled into our head as young women and hopefully men. More men out there, more boys are getting into their
Absolutely.
skincare routine.
My husband steals my things. Of course he does.
Mine too. I'm going to put a little alarm on it or something,
Exactly.
to stop him. But then again, it's kind of cool.
I don't mind. It's fine.
That they care about that stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I, see a lot of women who are perimenopausal. I am perimenopausal myself. And their main complaint is dryness and changes in the texture, or dryness plus some acne. So what do you think are the most important factors that perimenopausal women should be looking for in their skincare products to provide that moisture while preventing the breakouts?
I would definitely look for some key ingredients. So hyaluronic acid, binding and holding the moisture into the skin.
Fun fact, that's what's found in our joints naturally.
Absolutely. Very good. Yeah, absolutely. And then shea butter, cocoa butter are really good hydrating ingredients. And then to sort of counteract the acne, selecting products that are non-comedogenic, aren't going to clog the pores, ophthalmologist tested for around the eyes are all really good solutions for that as well.
Oh, that's fantastic, because dry eyes are such a big
thing.
Problem. So the last thing you want is to exacerbate that. There's also a lot of dryness around the lips.
Yes.
I hear about.
Yeah.
And I may happen to know from personal experience that is something that can also flare up.
I always have a lip balm in my car. Always.
Yes. We've talked a lot about layering the products on. Is it important to use the same brand, or do you think we can mix and match?
Customers don't really shop like that anymore. I remember when I was 16 using my first products, and I would open up my medicine cabinet and look at my 3-step and be so proud of that accomplishment. But the reality is, when consumers shop nowadays, they're shopping more for benefits. They're educated. They know what's in products. They know what they want. They typically know what they need. So it's not uncommon for someone to use a cleanser, a toner from one brand, a serum, a moisturizer from another, and an eye cream from another.
Okay.
The good thing is with the Estée Lauder products, they are designed to, they're standalone, they're clinically tested on their own merit so that they can be layered with other products.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. And how long would you give a product to know that it's, like sometimes when I'm prescribing a medication, I'll say you have to give it X amount of time to feel the benefits.
Typically, skincare products have instant benefits and long-term benefits.
Ah, okay.
Because people want to see something right away.
Yeah.
So, for example, with advanced night repair, the instant benefit is the hydration, it's the radiance, it's the smoothness. And then the long-term benefit is the firming, the evening, the skin tone, the minimizing the lines.
Great. And what's a really good staple product, regardless of their age?
Well, speaking of advanced night repair,
I agree.
Have you tried this one yet?
I've been using it diligently. I love it. I'm
going to do a little demo. We call this a wow demo.
Sure.
I'm going to put a dollop advanced night repair and ask you to rub that in. Give that a rub in. So this is one serum with 7 renewing benefits. And I'm going to show you the hydration benefit. This is just plain water. I'm going to put it on the other hand this way, like 3 little drops, and then just give your hand a shake. It's very dramatic. The water's flying everywhere. And then on this hand, I'm going to put water. And what do you notice?
I notice how much shinier the skin looks.
Sort of binding and holding the moisture into the skin?
It's not rolling off my skin.
So we call that a
hand.
wow. It's illustrating the hydration benefit. It's actually 72 hours hydration.
Oh, wow.
It also firms the skin, evens the skin tone, antioxidants, radiance, lines, strengthens the skin. It literally does it all.
My goodness. This is beautiful. Yeah, I can see right away. It's not shaking off. It really is. It's locking in the moisture.
And you might think because it says night repair that it's for nighttime. but it's actually for day and night.
Use it twice a day.
Perfect.
Fun
Amazing.
Yes.
Loaded with antioxidants to protect your skin during the day, working with your cell renewal rate to help you repair, recover, restore, renew while you're
Fantastic.
sleeping.
And it's so easy to put on.
So
we'll see
easy.
later in the episode how to apply it the right way. But it's so easy. Just throw it on. It dries pretty quickly, and you just put your makeup on.
You can mix it. You like the tinted moisturizer?
Yes, I do.
The skin tint we were talking earlier. You could mix it with that to get an even lighter version.
Oh.
You can mix it with your blush to make a cream blush. Like so many things you can do.
Oh,
Put it on your lips for a lip treatment. You mentioned you like the hydration on your lips.
It's fantastic. Thank you. That's great. Let's talk about the midlife woman. She's at the height of her career. She might be caring for her kids, for her elderly parents. She's balancing, maybe a very, very busy schedule at work and at home, and she doesn't have a lot of time. What does her skincare routine look like if she were to have just your idea of the optimal skincare routine?
Perfect. Well, I would definitely have a conversation with her and really consider her lifestyle. Mm-hmm. She's on the go. She wants products that are fast, quick, and easy. Mm-hmm. She probably wants a simple routine and products that do double duty.
Okay.
So I would start with, I'm all about the routine. So at least a cleanser, some sort of a toner, one serum, and a moisturizer. I would definitely start with a cleansing balm that removes makeup. It also removes SPF. It removes free radicals. So it avoids that double cleansing step.
Yeah.
And then treatment lotion is going to soften her skin. It's going to hydrate her skin. It's going to protect her skin from the environment. And then, of course, advanced night repair. You can't go wrong with that.
Yep.
And then whatever moisturizer based on her aging concerns. So probably revitalizing Supreme for her. She likes products that do double duty. This one, we call this our unicorn cream. Mm-hmm. It's literally for lines, wrinkles, firming, lifting. It's a face cream, a throat cream. It literally does it all.
Amazing. The holidays are right around the corner. It's a really exciting time of year. What do you recommend as a really great gift for, let's go through the decades. What would you give the woman in her 20s, her 30s, her 40s, 50s?
All right. In her 20s, we have a line at Estée Lauder called Nutritious. And Nutritious is really the next generation of clean beauty. All of the products are between 92 and 97% naturally derived. And they have 3 key ingredients that target 3 specific things: hydration, redness and irritation, which is common with that younger skin, and then oiliness and large pores. And it's a very simple step: cleanse, tone, moisturize for the young skin.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. And the woman in her 30s?
And the woman in her 30s, I would definitely go with we call it our high performance skincare line. And that would be really focusing on advanced night repair, revitalizing Supreme, a really great eye cream, depending on whether she looks in the mirror and sees dark circles or whether she sees creepiness and acceleration of the lines. We would recommend our advanced night repair eye gel, and then our advanced night repair eye concentrate matrix for more advanced signs of aging around the eye. And then the really more mature customer, the ageless consumer, we like to call her.
I was going to say mature, but not old.
Yes, absolutely. I would definitely layer in maybe a more anti-aging serum. We have our Perfectionist Pro serum that stimulate collagen, elastin, and collagen 1, and that's what gives your skin the lift. And then also, when I think of this skin, I think of it as sort of the perfect storm of aging skin. You have chronological aging, the number of candles that are on your birthday cake, you have environmental aging, and then you have hormonal aging. We know about that, right?
Yeah.
And part of hormonal aging is this damage that happens to the collagen from glycation sugars that attack and damage the collagen. We have a moisturizer called Resilience Lift that actually counteracts that damage to the collagen. So that would be what I would recommend for that more mature, ageless consumer.
Okay. And now I want to ask one that I get all the time. I want to give a little shout out to the pregnant ladies or the ladies that are using birth control pills that develop these dark spots that we know as melasma. Any advice for sort of preventing and then maybe trying to treat some of the signs of melasma?
So definitely preventing is SPF for sure. And, being really careful when you're pregnant and you're out in the sun, I think, because you don't know how you're going to react, right? And then we also have a serum. Let's try this one on the back of your hand. This one is called our Perfectionist Pro Rapid Brightening Serum. It's a vitamin C serum. It literally has the same amount of vitamin C as 55 golden oranges. And it also has 2 ferment technologies. It has a molasses ferment, which is targeting the discoloration on the surface of the skin. And it has a yeast ferment, which is targeting the discoloration underneath the surface, which is causing the skin to look gray, dull, and ash. So this is a really good preventative and corrective.
Perfect.
serum.
So we prevent it to the extent we can, because it can be very disconcerting for women. They're already dealing with so much, and then they have this beautiful baby, but then they have these dark spots that, are kind of the push present they didn't want, right?
So true.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for answering all of these questions. I think we've given people a lot of clarity. They kind of know how to approach their skincare routine. Now we're going to move on and do some demonstrations. We need to know the proper way to apply our products. Until December 15th, 2024, Medsplaining listeners get 15% off their entire order when they shop online at esteelauder.ca. Enter the offer code DrZ15 to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's offer code DRZ15 when you go to esteelauder.ca.
This is Taryn, and I am going to do a complete nighttime skincare routine on Taryn, starting with my favorite cleanser. This is called Advanced Night Repair Cleansing Balm. I'm going to put a little dollop on the back of Taryn's hand, and you can see how it turns into an oil. That makes it ideal for eye makeup removing. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to it, and then it turns into a light lotion, and that makes it ideal for face makeup removing. So not only is this a makeup removing cleanser, it also removes what you don't see, the dirt, the oil, the dead skin cells, the free radicals. It's removing it all. So it really does eliminate that double cleansing step. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit on Taryn, on her cheek area here, on both cheeks. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the water, saturate my hands with some water. And I just used a little tiny bit of cleanser because she doesn't have any makeup on, but I do want to start her with, a really clean canvas before we go to bed at night. And then the next step would be our Advanced Night Repair. 7 serums in one. Everything from firming to evening her skin tone, antioxidant protection, instant radiance. And I'm actually going to show a really great way to apply the Advanced Night Repair. I'm going to do what we call the 5-dot demo. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. That shows how much Advanced Night Repair to use. I'm going to press my fingers together. So what we're doing here is we are releasing the tension in and around the muscle, because when your muscles are tense, you're more likely to have pronounced wrinkles. Little heart, big heart. Okay. And then it's up to you if you want to do the eye area next or the moisturizer next. I'm going to go with the eye area. And I'm going to use the Eye Concentrate Matrix. And this eye cream actually has a built-in beauty tool. It has a cryo steel wand, and this cryo steel wand cools on contact with your skin 3 degrees. So this cooling sensation is literally going to minimize the puffiness around the eyes, and you can literally go 360 degrees all the way around. We apply the eye cream on the bone of the eye because eye cream travels. It melts and moves up and up and up to take care of that area on its own. And if you go to bed at night and you put your head on the pillow and you're leaning back, the eye cream is traveling even quicker. So apply it on the bone of the eye and just trust that it's going to do its job and move its way all the way up to the eye area. This eye cream has we call it the 360 degree matrix technology. It's a web of polymer. It cushions and strengthens the skin around the eyes. And you can also do it on other areas that are prone to wrinkles. So it's common to use it here. It's common to use it here. And then we're just going to tap that in. Feels nice and cold, right? That's that CryoSteel wand used by dermatologists, estheticians, cold therapy, which is like minimizing the puffiness around the eye area. And then for her night cream, I'm going to use Revitalizing Supreme Night Power Bounce Cream, something that many of us are concerned with as we get a little bit older, and that is the degradation of the collagen in the skin. So what our scientists know is that irritation that happens throughout the day actually peaks while you're sleeping at night, which causes damage to the collagen. And then oxidation also causes damage to the collagen. And then there's this new process called collagenase. Think of it as little scissors that actually cuts up the collagen. So, and this all happens while you're sleeping at night. This was such a big finding for us that we reformulated our #1 selling face cream, you can give that a rub in, and put this technology in there that protects the skin from that collagen degradation while you're sleeping at night. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little dollop of this. I'm doing a massage on Taryn right now. We call this the vault massage. You literally put your fingers, your knuckles together and make like a little V, and you do it in passes of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then at the sides of her mouth, 1, 2, 3, around her nose, and rest at the temple. Rest at the temple. And this is stimulating the microcirculation, getting the blood flowing. Now, lastly, she's going to bed. So we're going to treat her with our advanced night repair overnight treatment, but it's more than just a sleep mask, because a sleep mask hydrates the skin. Not only does this treatment hydrate the skin, but it also helps to replenish that barrier level of the skin. And it also helps to put that energy back into the skin cells, because as we get older, all of that cellular energy is getting very weak. So this is helping with hydration, barrier, and putting the energy back into the skin cells, so that when Taryn wakes up in the morning, her skin is going to look luminous, glowing, and radiant. And it's also going to seal in, cocoon in all of those products that we've just used. Absolutely love it. I actually get excited when I wake up in the morning and go look in the mirror to see how glowing and radiant my skin looks. It's not a mask that sits on the surface of the skin. You're literally just patting it, cushioning it, patting it into the skin. And there you go, Taryn, you're all ready for bed. You're going to wake up tomorrow looking fabulous.
I was sleeping on a chair. It was so good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today. That was a fantastic bonus episode. Thank you so much, Janice James and our special model, Taryn, for showing us how to properly apply our products so we can make the most of our skincare. And I hope you'll join us next time on Medsplaining. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and TikTok at Medsplaining. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. And if you like this episode, the best thing you can do is tell a friend or rate and review it wherever you listen to your podcast so other women can discover it. And don't forget, if you're listening to this, you may be happy to know that we video every single episode, so you can watch it if you prefer on YouTube. See you next week. Medsplaining is produced by Ghost Bureau. Thank you for tuning in to Medsplaining. While we strive to provide accurate and insightful information, this podcast is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The opinions expressed by our host and guests are their own and should not be interpreted as medical advice. Every individual's health situation is unique, and it is crucial to consult with a qualified healthcare provider regarding your specific concerns and conditions. Additionally, any links, resources, or references mentioned in our episodes are provided for informational purposes only and are not sponsored by Medsplaining. The producers and hosts of Medsplaining assume no responsibility or liability for any actions taken as a result of listening to our podcast. We encourage you to use the information presented here as a starting point for discussions with your healthcare provider. Information and references are subject to change based on scientific evidence as it evolves over time. The hosts and producers of Medsplaining are not responsible for future changes to the information and references and assume no obligation to update based on future developments. Remember, your health and well-being are paramount. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to exploring more topics in women's health with you in future episodes.